everybody, Mac here, and I know I'm getting a little late with this video. I know this is probably about a few days late than my normal week-to-week videos. But a lot's been happening on YouTube. A lot of changes are being made that made me really have to think about how this channel is going to be handled. For those of you who have heard anything about it, COPPA. I'm sure some of you have heard about that, the Child's Online Privacy Protection Act, and it's affecting YouTubers across the platform. It's really making us think about how we market ourselves, how we brand ourselves, the type of content that we're putting up. I'm not going to bore you with all the details because there are plenty of videos out there that you can watch that will explain to you what COPPA is, and you've probably seen some already, but it's going to probably affect the way that I do things because my presence right now isn't really that big, and I'm probably... Look, I remember the late 90s, early 2000s. I remember the Napster days. I remember the FTC bringing the hammer down and just leveling life-altering lawsuits against dozens, if not hundreds, if not thousands of citizens based on downloading some music. So I have no doubt that they're going to drop the hammer on content providers coming up in the future. So things will probably change after the first of the year. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm here now. Just be aware things might happen. Also, I'm a little over my 1-year anniversary of doing this, and this is the 50th video that I've put up. So 1 year, 50 videos. I was trying to think of what I wanted to do, what set I wanted to take a look at, and then I ultimately decided I just wanted to do a show and tell because, first of all, I wanted to take the time to personally thank all of you for being with me, for subscribing, for watching the videos, especially those of you that have been around since the very beginning when things weren't very good. And I'm probably going to redo some of those videos that I did a year ago. But just thank you, everyone. And I'm doing a little something to show my appreciation to all of you. First of all, that if you take a look down here, let's just start with this show and tell video right here. Some of you may have remembered that about a year ago, I picked up this Mega Bloks, actually, TMNT Michelangelo figure. It was in a blind bag, the Nickelodeon style, and I had said I wasn't really a big fan of this style. I wasn't a big fan of this design, that the Eastman and Laird style ones that they were bringing out in card backs I liked a lot more. So I bought this one, got him in a blind bag, and more than likely wasn't going to get any of the other ones. Well, that was until Walmart had a big sale and had all of the rest of the blind bags down here for like $1. So I went through, I bought all the ones that I could, and I got almost a complete set. You see we got, let me reposition the camera here. I already had Mike, got Donnie, got Raphael, Leonardo, hologram Shredder, got a whole lot of foot soldiers, and I even found one that was the ultra rare chase figure. It was the 4-armed robotic foot soldier. So I have one of the rare figs. Oops. And I'm really happy about that. The only thing I don't have, the only one they didn't have out of all of the blind bag figures that I picked up, they didn't have a Krang. And I'm not necessarily upset that they didn't have a Krang because I was a big fan of Krang in the cartoon, which I wasn't. I liked Krang, I forget what the race was called, but the race of Krang's better in the Eastman and Laird, where they were good guys and they were trapped on Earth and the turtles helped them get back to their home planet. And the Krang that came with this set looked a lot like it harkened back to the Eastman and Laird days. So I was really excited about that, but there was no Krang in the set. And now I feel like because I have everything else, including the chase figure, that I really need to get that Krang set. And before we go any further, let's just do a quick review on these guys. That they're really not that horrible. I mean, they're based off of the older, or the previous Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series before Rise of the TMNT, and they are not. They're Mega Bloks. They're not Mega Construx, so they don't have the full articulation. They have shoulder joints. They have head articulation. Some of the stand, knees, and hips. No waist swivel on the Turtles. There is waist swivel on the Foot Soldiers and Shredder, but there's no elbow and no arm pivot. There is a wrist pivot though. So they're not as articulate as the more modern Mega Construx figures, but they're not horrible in the articulation either. The paint deco isn't bad either. They're all 4 turtles are different colors of green, and the paint deco isn't horrible. There's only a few things that I'm not a big fan of. First of all, the foot wraps down here. They painted the wrist wraps, they painted the knee pads. They didn't paint the foot wraps, which I don't understand why they didn't do that. I mean, it's not a big deal breaker. It's just odd. It's just an odd decision, and it's a little annoying. I may actually go in there with an airbrush and actually paint them up myself. In addition to their weapons, they all have most of them have 2 weapons. Leonardo has his 2 katana, and he has a sheath for one on the back, and he holds the other one. You can put both of them in this little piece right here if you stretch it out enough. And he can have both swords, both katana, strapped to his back. But he also comes with a comic book to read. And because the arms, there's no elbow pivot, he can't really hold the comic in both hands. But it's a nice little accessory for him. So there's Leo. Donnie, same thing. I love the paint deco on him. I like the coloring of his the coloring of his skin. No paint on the foot wraps. He's a little starry-eyed because he also has a photo of April, which I've never watched this episode or this show, so I'm guessing in the show he had a bit of a crush on April. He also has the heart painted on his chest. So yeah, he's totally crushing on her. He has the same bandolier style as Leo does, so he can fit his bow staff strapped to his back like that. That's what I like. They can all holster their weapons, which I think is a really nice touch. Mikey, we've seen before. The biggest issue with Mikey is that he only comes with 1 pair of nunchucks. That was a mistake. He should have 2. Because he even has space back here where you can store the second one, even if he's holding his piece of pizza. And then we got my favorite, Raphael, which he has the crazy eyes going, because I guess he's going into like berserker mode. He has his sai on the back. He also, I like this, he has the scarring on his on the front of his shell, battle scarring. Something else that he has that I really like, that really cracked me up is, I don't know if you can see that. Well, you can't if I don't focus it. Hold on. Come on, focus. I don't know if you can see right there on the back of his shell, it says Mikey. Like Mikey tagged his name on Raph's shell and Raph didn't know. I think that's pretty funny. That sums up their relationship right there. And what you get with Raph is probably my favorite accessory. I'm assuming... At first I thought this was an ooze canister. I don't know if maybe it's like a coffee thermos, but I swear it's like a canister of ooze that you get, the mutagenic ooze that mutated them. I'm not sure. Like I said, I didn't watch this. I don't know if he had like a caffeine fixation or whatever. But if anybody knows for sure, let me know in the comments below. They all have different mouth paintings too, which I forgot to take a look at. Raph has his trademark grimace, which has been on his action figures ever since the original Playmate days. Mikey has his big goofy smile. Leo also, he has a smile, but it's not nearly as goofy as Mikey. And Donatello has, the buck teeth, the space between his teeth, giving him his nerd status even more. Now, as far as the bad guys go, you have your basic foot soldier. And the only difference in articulation with the foot soldier is that because he's human, he does have a waist pivot. But he's your basic black ninja, comes with a katana. He looks pretty good. I got a lot of foot soldiers because I got I got a lot of blind bags. So it was really cool getting this one for army building. So I really like that. So I have a bunch of foot soldiers now. And then I showed you already the chase figure, which is the 4-armed foot soldier that comes with the mace, the axe, the sword, and this chainsaw-like weapon, the robotic foot soldier. I was really happy, even though I didn't get a Krang, which, like I said, now I feel like I need to go out there and find a Krang just to complete the set. I was really happy that I got the chase figure. And then finally we got what's called holographic shredder, but it's really a translucent red shredder, and he just looks delicious. He looks like he's made out of Jolly Ranchers, not Jolly Ranchers, and he just looks great. Now, what does this mean for you? Well, this means that because I have this full set, focus in on that. Because I have this full set, and I bought a bunch of blind bags just to get a full set, I have lots of extras, which means I am giving away a set of these, just like I gave away a full set of the Series 5, I think it was, Mega Construx, that I'm going to put this photo up on Instagram. And all you have to do is like that photo, leave a comment as to which figure is your favorite, and just make sure that you follow me on Instagram. Same rules as before. And on Black Friday, I will be randomly drawing a winner that will win a set of the turtles as much as that I have. And that means all 4 turtles, translucent shredder, and it's either going to be 2 or 4. I'm not sure which, because like I said, I got a lot of foot soldiers. It's either going to be 2 or 4 foot soldiers. So all 4 turtles, 1 shredder, 1 holographic translucent shredder, and at least 2 foot soldiers. I'll be giving those away on Black Friday. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's @BrickandTire. Find that photo, give it a like, leave me a comment as to which figure you're looking forward to most, and on Black Friday, you could win the set. So let's get them out of here. And once again, that's me trying to say thank you for a year and 50 videos. So, 'tis the season. Target has their holiday catalog out. I always love the toy catalogs. Unfortunately, when I went to the Lego store was out of Christmas catalogs, so I didn't have one of those to take a look at. But this is just all toys, and it is fantastic. Oh, hold on, give me 1 second. There we go. And it is just fantastic. This, I think, is probably about twice the size of last year's, with all the new toys that were coming out, all of the Lego sets especially. There are some in here for Mega Construx. There's all the Star Wars, old Transformers. There is Mega Construx in here somewhere, and I can't find it right now. But there was some really good stuff in here for Mega. They had all of their, where's it at? All of their Halo, all of the Pokemon, all of the Game of Thrones, which I have some here today. But that was really cool. That's available at Target. It's free. It's thick. Like I said, it's probably about twice the size of last year's. Go ahead and check that out. Speaking of Mega Construx, speaking of Halo, Halo's 10-year anniversary. They have all of these Pro Builder sets, Pro Builder minifigs from Halo that are out. And this is just a handful of some of what I've picked up so far. I was never real big on keeping things carded. I always enjoyed opening them up, taking a look at them. But with these ones and these gold packing, the Pro Builders, the 10-year, the Series 10, the 10-year, I really think that I'm going to leave these ones card-backed. Some of my favorites is obviously Master Chief here. And this is actually, I think, the first Master Chief Mega Construx figure that I have. Yeah, I think he is. Every other thing that I've bought has either been just a set or a generic Spartan. This is the first Master Chief that I've picked up. They also had the Arbiter, which I was happy to get. They all have golden weapons. You can see his golden sword, his golden energy sword right here. They have the Didact, which he's huge. I mean, just look at him compared to Chief. The Didact is huge, and he has this little gun for such a big figure. We have Cat, who is from Halo Reach. We also have the Rookie, who is also from Halo Reach. And I was really happy to find these ones out as part of the 10-year because Halo Reach is probably my favorite Halo game. And then, of course, we have Cortana. And I love this figure. I love Cortana. Like, her and Chief, what can you say? I mean, I love that she has the key right here that you have in the first Halo game. And she also comes with Guilty Spark. I'm not entirely sure what that is supposed to be. I don't know if that's supposed to be the chip that Chief has that he puts into his head to load her in the first one. Not entirely sure. But look at this figure, the translucent Cortana sculpt. This is just beautiful. Like I said, I'm probably going to keep all of these boxed up. And then they have the Series 11 out already, which I picked up a few of those. You can tell the packaging isn't nearly as solid. Like this is a quality packaging job right here. This is just a blister pack. And what we have here is Master Chief in what's called his Overshield, which basically just gives him translucent armor. And this is another really cool one. The Series 11, I don't know if I'm going to keep them boxed up like I am the Series 10, the 10-year anniversary ones. But, oh, excuse me, I really like the look of this one. And then there's this one too, Ripa. I don't know who this is. I haven't played Halo 5 yet, so I don't know if he's from Halo 5. All I know is he's dual wielding energy swords, and his armor is really detailed and really cool, and that was good enough for me, so I picked this up. So if you know what game he's from, I'm assuming Halo 5, if you know what role he plays, once again, leave me a comment down below, let me know. Oops, I'm dropping all of these. Alright, so this one's falling over, so let's take care of this. This is something different. This is something that you've probably never seen on this channel before. In addition to Legos and Mega Construx and brick building, I am a huge, huge Godzilla fan. I have thoroughly enjoyed all of the Godzilla movies, including Godzilla 2014, Kong Skull Island was King of the Monsters, I absolutely loved. Sorry, but I loved it. Fight me on that. And I have recently found out that my godson, who I don't think watches these videos, if he does, hey, Merry Christmas. But I found out recently that my godson has become a huge Godzilla fan of the old style movies. So I wanted to get him some Godzilla figures for Christmas, and what better company to go to for Godzilla figures than Bandai. And this one is obviously Rodan. This one I had to import from Japan because they didn't have the Toho style Rodan here in the States. It might have had something to do with licensing because of King of the Monsters, because there was a different version of Rodan in that, so they're only marketing that one in the States. But this one came from Japan. You can see, first of all, he doesn't have a box, he has a tag, and everything is written in Japanese. So I got him Rodan, and this is the 65th anniversary Godzilla, and he is modeled after the original 1954 Godzilla movie, the black and white one, the first time we ever saw Godzilla. And I really like these. Bandai is great. They have the Godzilla license, and they produce some of the best movie screen accurate Godzilla figures out there. This is just a small sampling of what I have gotten him. I got him the whole starter kit, the Godzilla fan starter kit. I got him Godzilla, I got him Rodan, I got him Ghidorah, I got him Mecha Godzilla, I got him Mothra, and finally I got him Biollante, which was another one that I had to import from Japan because that one was his favorite, Kaiju from the series. So I also am a fan of Godzilla, and these are fairly inexpensive, and there's not much articulation to them. They're basically vinyl statues, statuettes, but I was thinking of starting to collect these just because of my love for Godzilla, and there doesn't seem to be anything happening on the Mega Construx or Lego front. And I don't know, I was thinking if I did that, I might start doing reviews on the Godzilla figures as well. I don't know. What do you think? Do you want to see that? Once again, leave me a comment down below. What do you think of these guys? Do you think it's worth taking a look at? Let me know. Back here, we have the Newberry Juice Bar. This was something that I got from Lego. This was a giveaway. I think you had to spend like $35 in product for the hidden side, and you got this little giveaway set. I've only reviewed one of my hidden side sets on here so far. It was the wrecked shrimp boat. It was for my Halloween reviews, and hidden side is very quickly becoming my favorite new series, my favorite new sets, just because of the colors, the style, the design, the possessed minifigs. Even though my phone, my tablet, none of my devices can run the AR, the augmented reality app, to play the game with them, I'm still loving everything about this set. So this was a small set that you got as a free giveaway. I'm going to be getting every set that the Hidden Side has out right now. They just announced a few new ones. I'm really excited about that. I was really worried it was just going to be like an 8 and done, that they were just going to bring it out for Halloween and then be done with it, but it looks like they're going forward with it. I'm real happy about that. This is just a little something I picked up at Target. This little creator set with this little Santa Claus. Haven't put it together yet, obviously, but truthfully, it just looks like a little mini brick head, which I think is kind of cute. I like that he has his wrench. I like that he has a little workshop bench building the train. He has a little gift right here. Basically just a nice look at Santa in his workshop. That'll be great for Christmas decorating. In addition to Christmas decorating, also got the new Christmas ornament. They call it a soldier. Yeah, there's no name on it, but they just call it the toy soldier. I think it looks like a nutcracker. Nutcrackers were still are very, very big in my family. So I was very happy to be getting this one, this new ornament here. Picked this up at the Lego store at the same time that I picked this up. The 2019 Advent calendar, city calendar, the one that I like best. And some of you may remember a few months ago that I picked up a Advent calendar from a few years back. So I'll be opening up 2 Advent calendars this year, the old one and this one. Probably instead of just taking photos and doing it nightly on Instagram, I'll probably be doing little short videos every night in December, just opening these up, showing the little builds, counting down till Christmas. Now, when I bought the ornament and I bought the Advent calendar, they had another Christmas giveaway. Once again, $35. This little reindeer set, which is just looks adorable. And it's going to go great with that little mini brickhead Santa Claus. Once again, you have more presents. You have little bells on the reindeer. I may even try and find a red wedge piece right here to turn this guy into Rudolph. We'll see. But this is just adorable. And finally, we have these. Breakout Beast. Let me drop this down a little. Breakout Beast Series 2 is out, as well as the Game of Thrones Mega Construx. Now, as I've said in a couple of other videos, I have personally never watched Game of Thrones. I've never read the books. And now that the series is over and I've heard what a disaster the final season was, I probably never will watch it. However, I really love dragons. So They had all of these at Target. They had all of the Mega Construx sets at Target. And because of the holidays and because of other stuff, I wasn't looking to spend the money that's needed to get all of the Game of Thrones sets. Basically like Drogon, the big one with Dany. But I did want to get this little Drogon set in this egg, the same as these Breakout Beasts, and these are my first Series 3 Breakout Beasts. So I'm going to pull these open, see which ones I got, put them together, and then we'll take a look at them. So just hold on for a little bit. Okay, here we go, and oh man, these things are actually really awesome. These are the first Series 3 that I've picked up. I have a few Series 1s. I have a lot of Series 2. As a matter of fact, if you watch my Castle Grayskull video, you probably would have noticed that Beastman is riding a griffin from the Breakout Beast Series 2. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the crystal creatures. I think that's what the other series was, the other line was, the crystal creatures, because they just don't have them in either my Walmart, well, I don't have any Mega Construx in Walmart anymore, or Target, or any of the toy stores near me, just the Breakout Beasts. So I'm kind of looking to get my hands on some of the crystal creatures, just to see what they're like. And with the Series 2, there was a lot of Breakout Beasts that I really liked, and I was just looking at the numbers on the bottoms of the eggs. If you don't know, there's serial numbers on the bottoms of the eggs here that tell you which one is inside. And these are the first Series 3. I didn't pay attention to anything other than to make sure I wasn't getting the same number, because I kind of like all of the ones from Series 3. Series 3, I feel, is the first one that I'm going to say, yeah, I want all of the ones in the line, whereas before I just picked and chose a few. Like this one right here, I'm really glad I got. Oops. Drogon. Let's just set him back there for now. This one is called Rivenbeak, and at first he looks like a griffin, but you'll notice he has horse hooves and a horse tail. He's actually a hippogriff. And look at the paint deco on this guy. I mean, a lot of these pieces are repainted, repurposed pieces from the white and red griffin they came out with Series 2. But the paint deco on this is just fantastic. The spotted texture paint job of the feathering, the beak, the eyes. This tail, I believe, is a new sculpt for the Breakout Beasts, as well as these hooved legs back here. And he comes with, I want to spill this, hold on. He comes with orange slime in there. And with these being Mega Construx, owned by Mattel, having grown up with things like the Masters of the Universe slime pit, I really like having this slime. That's like good Mattel slime. But Rivenbeak is really, really nice. I'm really glad I got that guy. And this one is Fangrene. If you take a look here, I will put in the description below what their numbers are on the bottom of their eggs, in case you're wondering. This one is one of the reasons that I wasn't too into the first series, because the first series, more than any of the other ones, I feel like reused a lot of parts. And this is a lot of part reuse from the first series. As a matter of fact, this entire body is from the original Red Dragon, which I have, and the head is from the gargoyle type dragon from the first series. But, once again, the paint deco, let me pull this guy off of his stand. The paint deco with the textured paint, the spotting, the deep colors, the multi-colors, the green overscales and the dark underbelly. The paint deco on these ones is just fantastic, this series. And I think that's really what's going to set this series apart from the other two, is the paint job that's on them. And he comes with, no surprise, whoopsie, green slime. And this is like classic Masters of the Universe slime. Pixel Dan would love this stuff. This would go great if you have like a old vintage Hordak slime pit. Put that back together. Oh man, he really fell apart on me. put his horn back in. There. Even look at the paint on the face. The spotting, the texturing, like everything just looks so good, so primal on that. I really like that. And they all come with their stands that attach to the eggs. And the slime also gives the eggs a bit of weight so that they don't pitch over. There we go. And finally, we have Drogon. And just wow. This guy is fantastic. If the other two Game of Thrones dragons are like this, they are just going to put the Breakout beasts to shame. As far as I know, they have all new sculpting for their legs, texturing for the scales on the underbelly. This, I believe, is a new head sculpt for the dragon, for Drogon. And these wings. Look at these wings. Now, these individual pieces here aren't fully articulate, but there is articulation to a point in the wings that you can fold them down. You can fold them back against the body. There's just a lot of articulation with these wings and ways you can pose them, and they are fantastic. Just this whole build for this little guy is great. And if this is what the small version is like, I honestly can't wait to get the larger version of him. Even this tail piece right here is its own sculpt. And unlike the other ones, it has a black stand that does blend in very well with the top of the egg that he comes with. And the underbelly. The only problem is that he doesn't come with slime. And for the build itself, that's not a problem, but the slime is actually what helps weigh down the eggs so that they have a solid base. This one isn't so solid, and it could pitch over, which is why he kept falling back. But, there we got Drogon, Rivenbeak, and Fangrene, and like I said, I'll put their numbers, their product numbers that's on the bottoms of their eggs. You can see them, they are right along the bottom here. Let me see if I can find it. Here, let me back up Drogon so we can get a focus on this. You should be able to see there's the number right there across the bottom of the egg. I'll put down the number of each of those in the description so that you know, see what I mean? He keeps falling over. So that you know which ones those are in case you want those. And that's all I got for you today. So, I know this was a long one, but there was a lot to get through. Please remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, at Brickentire, Twitter as well, at Brickentire. Remember to check out my Instagram for this photo and win a set of TMNT Nickelodeon Mega Bloks figures. Also, as I said, things are going to be changing. The algorithm for YouTube, once again, has changed. So small stations, small channels like myself are not going to get a lot of they're not going to be spread around very much. They're not going to be recommended. They're not going to get a lot of traction on YouTube's algorithm now. So we YouTubers really rely on you right now, especially smaller ones like me, to help get the channel out there. So please subscribe, like, leave me a comment on anything that we've put up here today, what you think about the Breakout Beasts, what you think of the Halo 10th anniversary sets, anything that we've talked about today. Play well, everyone. And as always, thank you for watching.